work. That's odd for this demo. Well, I mean, they're former Telltale people, so of course something doesn't have to work. I do like Star Trek, but let's see if this demo is going to get me to buy the full game for streaming. I was going to wait for Mike for this, but I just want to get this done. I really want to play it. Happy New Year, everybody. These dramatic labs, relationships, and events you are about. I wish I could make the screen bigger. It's really weird how the resizing doesn't work.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am.
I'm ready for a game that's resizes. Wait a minute. The hell is the subtitles? You go off. I just realized that. Where were the subtitles? Sorry.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Wait, Brunner as in... No. That's Brennan Braga. Never mind. Also, I can't turn the audio up anymore before anyone asks. I don't know why it's so quiet, but enjoy the ride, folks. The demo's cool. That's just a transport ship.
Thanks.
A shuttle.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles?
Wait a minute. Why the fuck are these times? Can I turn that off? Oh, you're evil. You don't let me turn off the timing? Oh, that's evil.
Are the worst.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
You don't like
smartass.
flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
God, it is Telltale, except Telltale let you turn off the timer.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
Hell, it's not the
It won't be
Enterprise.
easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
I mean, I just want to know if they can mess up Star Trek more than, you know, Star Trek has already messed up Star Trek. Based on Roddenberry's vision, which we have completely ruined at this point in time. Congratulations to Paramount on that one. For anyone else, I haven't watched anything since, like, DS9. I prefer the original series. This is next gen, it looks like. I wish we got another game in like the original series style. Everyone seems to like next gen though. How do I examine
A
it?
starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Well, they're gonna die. And they are so gonna get killed at some point. I do like how it looks. The original series is really, really fun. It is legitimately fun to watch. It's one of my favorites. I prefer it over the other stuff.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5.
I'm sorry, what? Okay.
Anyway, I
Alright,
finished in the top 20.
whatever.
Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the academy. So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
You're not impressing us. Also, there's another test? I never heard about that. Again, it's been a while, though, since I've
Please
watched
place your hand
Next
here.
Gen or anything.
Hold it there for a few seconds.
Oh, let me see. Wow, that is jank. I can see why you're very cheap right now. Yeah, but is there a second test?
Welcome,
Because I know about the
Commander Rydek.
Kobayashi.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test.
Hold on, I need to look this up. This is bugging the shit out of me. Okay, it's just made for this stupid thing. The only thing that comes up is the Kobayashi Maru. I knew I wasn't crazy. There isn't another test.
You finished in what,
Oh, this will
like
drive
top
Mike
3?
insane.
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine. Ensign,
Paul Calloway.
good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
No, see, this is Next Gen, so the red outfit thing doesn't work. That only works in the original series. Oh no, I'm sure they have at least a few tests written, but the Kobayashi is supposed to be the big one to show if you're going to become a captain. Like, that's the big test. Saying there's something worse is weird to me. Like, you can say there's another major one. There's nothing wrong with that,
If
but the
I remember
Kobayashi
rightly,
is supposed to be the big one.
Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
That is...
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Oh, this game will annoy Mike right off the bat, so I kind of want to pay the money to buy it. I know Star Trek. I'm a bit more into the original Star Trek because I don't really remember that much from Next Gen because I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But I damn well knew there wasn't something as big as the Kobayashi Maru.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this
Man,
dock.
I was joking about fucking up Roddenberry's
Oh,
stuff.
you're right. Nerves must be getting to me.
Oh no, I'll buy the full game and drag his ass in. With the original, you're doing the... That's the best thing, too. Mike can do a really good Shatner. I didn't mind how Shatner talked. I think people just overblew that. But then again, I was a Bones and I was a Spock type of girl. I like Kirk. Absolutely. Kirk's the best captain. I will fight everybody on this except the captain of DS9. Those two partnering up would be amazing. But I don't know. I didn't have a problem with how Kirk talked. But again, I was more of a Spock and Bones girl. They knew the original
Thanks
test,
so
but
much,
wanted
Commander.
up it. Yeah, like that's the thing. Don't make a test to one-up it. Just say it's just on the level or a little bit under it. That it's still hard, but it's not like harder than the Kobayashi Maru, because that feels like that's just an insult. The fact I had to Google that because I know enough to know that's bullshit. Because I'm like, wait, I've not heard of this. Is this like a newer thing from that Picard show or some shit? Every woman likes Spock. Goddamn right we did. Goddamn right we did. Kirk was great. Every girl wanted Spock. Every girl wants Spock.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pick this up. Kirk and Cisco teaming up would bring the universe to its knees. That would have been the most amazing episode ever. And I like... Hold on, I gotta change something. And I like DS9. Yeah, the walk sensitivity is annoying. But... I don't know, I guess my thing is... I did grow up around the time of DS9, so I did watch it with my mom and stuff, because she's a big Star Trek person. Most of my family is. But... I don't know. Whenever I saw the original series, I really liked it, just because it's on the more silly side. I know it's unintentional, but it also did do a lot of breakthroughs. Like, I think the funniest comment I've seen recently was a writer saying, Star Trek has never been political and groundbreaking until, like, Picard or some shit like that, which is hilarious when you know what the original series did.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Star Trek knew how to do politics, but knew how to keep it very much subtle. So, yes, I am. That's why you love me, Tack. Knew how to do it subtly so people would actually learn and think from it.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
There's a meme, and I probably still have it on one of my computers. And it's, you wouldn't download, it was like, you remember the old you wouldn't download stuff, and it says, you wouldn't download a cup of coffee, and it was Janeway, and she's holding a cup of coffee, and she goes, I would, I could, fuck you. And that's still, I don't know why I just thought of that right there with the replicator.
Excuse me.
Is that just made me think of that stupid meme. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants a really good Star Trek reviewer, if you want to kind of get into, like, especially Voyager, because Voyager sucks, SF Debris does a really good Voyager series that's legitimately funny. Because you have evil Janeway.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute.
I know that voice.
Commander?
I'll try to find it later. Tack,
There
remind
wasn't
me
too much
after the
trouble
stream.
getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before.
Is it living? If people get that reference, congratulations.
We're grateful you were
alive?
able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've
Well,
done your
SF
homework?
Debris
Like I
does
said,
really good bits.
we're very lucky.
He also used to be a college professor, I believe. He talked about it once. I think in his Godzilla videos, which is really good too. I think he talked about it. I know one of them talked about it. I
She
believe
may not
he
look like
was.
much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits.
I'm sorry, was Kirk driving? I'm sorry, if the warp core was pushed on its limits, we all know who was doing it. But that's not a, I believe that's not D. I believe... So this is next gen, so I'm trying to think. I think D is the original series. It's been... I actually have the blueprints for the original Enterprise. I'm trying to remember what the one from next gen... It's not a C, is it?
It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed.
He's alright though? Hey,
We thought we
everyone's
could
got
reach
their
a
own things.
higher
I like his
resonant
older videos.
frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our
Wasn't
crew.
Spider a fan.
At the end of the
Takes
day,
place
we're
under
all
the Union
responsible
War.
for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must
I
have
heard
been like for
Discovery is
you.
no longer canon.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope
Oh, it looks... Again, I think this is a small group, so I can't go hard on how it looks, but boy, does it look, special. What did you put in general chat? I need to... Because you don't go in the Discord often. I need to... He's dead, Jim.
that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
That
Will we
button
be
doesn't
mission
work.
ready in time?
We have every intention.
So, certain buttons in this demo at least doesn't work, so I'm not going to completely go at it, because again, we're playing the demo, not the full version.
The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Discovery is not being canon is a joke from Lower Decks, so I don't know how official it no longer being canon is. I still think that's really funny. I need to see Lower Decks. My friend works on the show, and I actually need to watch it so I can give him some love. But I haven't watched it yet.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Plasma torch, it would be... I think this one? I know my stuff. What do I do with this? Why am I using a controller for this? I can't tell you. This makes me want to go play Telltale games. Where's my Wolf Among Us 2? I know it's never going to happen. It's not the warp core. Definitely not the warp core. That's way too small. That's probably a smaller version. Shuttle, maybe?
And that...
So if this is during the Dominion War, this wouldn't
Is
have this
that?
stupid cells thing. Thought it was announced to be releasing soon. I know they pushed it back to this year. It's a joke because I said on stream that they were going to push it back, and then they did, and everyone got mad at me. Because I didn't know it was just a joke. Hey, look! The transporter!
I thought the thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Millie.
I haven't
And
seen
not
how
a
bad
moment too
Discovery
soon.
is.
The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
I might do a watch-along with the Discord on Lower Decks. Maybe I can get my friend to show up. Nah, because if you guys are mean, I'll feel bad. I don't want you guys being mean to my friend. If you do want a good Star Trek comic, and he did the art for it, Star Trek meets Transformers. He did the art for it. It's pretty darn good. I like the idea of playing different people.
Place for everything.
Come on.
Everything in its place.
Look, you impatient bitch. You can wait a few minutes.
Someone gonna
Damn it.
fix that?
Oh yeah, no, this ship is fucked.
Carter Diaz.
Because I don't like the art style for Lower Decks. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the art style is too Rick and Morty for me, but like I said, I want to see the comedy because he said there's a lot of actual good Star Trek jokes in there, and I want to see it. Like some very obscure ones.
Corrosion in there was pretty extreme.
I like some
Nothing I couldn't handle, though.
Hurry up!
I'm nice. Fuck you, I can look around if I damn well please.
It's not where that goes.
Oh, we're playing an OCD guy.
Maybe we can figure out where you're supposed to be.
Why are people saying it's off to a great start? You alright?
Time's a-wasting.
Heard bad things about Lower Decks. That's why I want to see it, because I don't really trust people's opinions all that much. Because I know the Star Trek community's
Hey, Diaz,
obviously
can you
very
give us some help
finicky
with the
considering
transporter?
you've dealt with. Yeah, what do you need?
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo transporter. I've never been that great with the signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
How's the sound for you guys? Never watched Discovery, but that's due to me hating the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. If I don't have to watch anything by J.J. Abrams, I won't. Yeah, no! Everyone keeps telling me about the Bashir and the Garak thing. That is really weird. I need to see... They have Tom Paris for a decent joke. I actually want to see what they do with Tom Paris. Yeah, no, everyone keeps telling me about the Bashir and the Garak thing, and I need to see the context of it. That's fucking weird. I don't know why they would do that. That seems like a really bad idea. Oh, this is... Okay, fuck this. I can't use a controller for this game. Wow, that is just as bad. Can I turn that up and... Oh, that is just as bad.
No sweat. Whoa, whoa, hey, buddy, get off the pad!
Bye! Oh, shit.
Don't touch Ovak.
Not a word.
We just pretend that never happened. It's okay, it's Star Trek. That shit happens constantly. No, that's the reaction bullshit. They do. I do like that you kind of have to fight it. So they do. I'm glad you didn't the boxes didn't merge.
Makes
I think
more
that's
sense
the
in
joke.
0G. You're welcome.
We're the friendly guy.
So clean I can see myself. And you know what? Not half bad.
At least they actually have them acting like normal people, to a point. The controls are a little bit wonky, but I think I can deal with it if I play the whole game. Hopefully they do fix the that by the whole game coming out. Well, it's out right now. Seeing if it's worth picking up. That guy probably merged with something in there. Check on my other posts. Wait, what the fuck happened? What? Dove in what? I haven't heard about either of those. Put that shit in the Discord? I'm not gonna say it on stream, obviously, because companies get pissy, but just considering what I've seen. Okay, I'll read it. So there was a terrorist attack in New Orleans, and now someone blew up a Cybertruck in front of Trump Towers in Vegas. He's not in that tower, is he? Not in the Discord. Do you want a link to it? Yeah, I hadn't heard about it. I haven't really been on social media. I slept in a little bit today, and then I started the stream. Ooh, I will... It's chocolate. vanilla with fresh strawberries in it. It is amazing, and I will have some on the next break. And I get a little Sonic figure. I'm an adult.
Don't let LT catch you blocking the corridors like this.
We'll clear it up once we finish the delicate work. Good looking out, though.
It is really good. Like, the top layer is the chocolate, the bottom layer is the vanilla, and the fresh strawberries inside. Oh, it brings it together. Yeah, no, now I'm hungry. Dang it, Sauce! Look, I'm taking a break in 5 minutes to go get cake. We can all agree on this, right? I want cake.
234B gives you access to the tubes behind cargo storage all the way to the
I
turbo.
forgot to,
Not after the
cut a
retrofit.
bunch of it from Mike when he
Bulkhead
was
cuts
here,
it
so I
off
was
at
gonna come
section
and
2.
see.
New computer reroutes.
I don't need anything from utilities.
So then,
I'm thinking we'll
Force
have to
habit,
do the
I
work
guess.
in that tube. Then take the turbo lift from section 2 to section
Never really, yeah, I'm not a big on collard greens. You don't have permission to be, oh, I gotta, well, we're in the middle of a stream, you couldn't wait? You gotta approve, you gotta agree to the, yeah, fuck it. Agree to the terms, because we had to make sure. 5-minute juice and jam time. Damn right! I want my cake. Okay, Shadow Wolf's got it. Thank you, Shadow Wolf. I didn't realize you were awake.
Engineering.
I heard the new EXO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
We'll get through this cutscene, then I will get some cake.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Wait!
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edsolar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
Dick.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
How concerned should we be about the storm? Are you worried?
Vulcans do not worry. We
Bullshit.
calculate the variables and take appropriate precautions to mitigate the risk. Right now, that entails making critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe.
Sensors. I'm sorry, that's the one I caught. Sensors. Why the fuck no?
At our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
We're screwed.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Whoa. Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go terribly. We all understand this, right? It's Star Trek. This is gonna go bad.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back
Forgot
in
we called
security
it General
rotation?
Balto.
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Oh, that was such a dumb joke that somebody else brought into the Discord and
Good
we
to
kept
go.
it. Yeah, no, we're about to see our friend drop dead. This is Telltale.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, no, they're telegraphing
Activating
it too much.
magnetic souls.
I like this so far. What do you guys think? Oh god, I wish the controls were a little better. In non-Trekkie terms, going to die so fucking bad it hurts. Yeah, no, they might as well be wearing red shirts. They might as well be the red shirts. Onyx Storm though. Damn. Oh fuck you, I'm using a controller. What's the trill? An alien race. Star Trek has a thing for a lot of the aliens just looking human with slight changes.
Let's go.
It's because costumes were expensive back in the original series. He doesn't know Star Trek, so he won't know Dax. Tenchi. Looks nice, though. Well, I mean, there's a whole story, too, about Spock's ears. They weren't originally going to look like that. Oh, I need to show some Star Trek, then, in the Discord.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
I know that voice.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Is she's not the race that were the slaves, was she? The experiments? Yeah, it was easier to make... It's just a thing, it was easier. Go for it, my man. Yeah, it's easier to make, like, slightly, just very moderate changes to a human-looking character just because it's easier with makeup and stuff. That's why they originally did it. You had the Gorn and stuff. I mean, you did have...
Still got a thing for trains.
So he's
the warp
autistic.
engines of their day, apparently.
There's reasons for why they did it, especially back in the original series.
I can't believe he keeps this around. Don't even know where mine is.
He's proud of it. Who is the captain going to be?
The first mineral Captain Solano ever discovered. Always was the nostalgic type.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people.
You sounded like you did something
I
dumb
have to
then.
take full responsibility.
At least when Kirk
was my
does this
decision
shit,
to
there's a
make.
reason.
And I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. And I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship, and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned,
I don't trust
whatever
him.
you say goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority.
So my big question is, why did he push the engine? Because somebody said the price of progress. They know damn well at this point in Star Trek what happens when you push that engine. He either had to have a really good reason for it, or he was just being dumb. Because you do not push a warp core unless you absolutely have to have a reason for it. And I don't believe he had a very valid reason for it. So I might pick up this game because I'm curious. I don't trust him. I think you're right. Story is setting him up to be blinded by glory. That's what it feels like, yeah, which isn't that common for starship captains? Well, I mean, it does happen, but it's a fucking warp core, dude. You know what's gonna happen when that thing blows. It's bad for everybody. He might be. Every time I press it to resume, it does that.
Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly.
DMs.
Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater.
Say it, I know who it is.
Will brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
Who is
Say
the
it, I know
senior
who it
diplomat
is.
we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys guess who it is without googling the game. You should know who it is. You ain't getting Scotty, that's for damn sure. Also, let's all just agree you're never gonna get somebody to Scotty's level. Just get in here, you fucking Kirk.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
The Hat Merchant, yes.
I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure.
He's trying to butter us
It's
up.
entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you. But I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
God, I hate these uniforms. I prefer the original series uniforms. If it's Patrick Stewart, I'm uninstalling the game. No, I really like the other uniforms better, the original series. I thought the dresses were cute. Because we're his second in command. We're not the one in charge. You can definitely tell this is very rough
Everyone,
looking.
if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer.
And nobody
Some
cared
quick
to this day.
introductions. This is Lieutenant
What do you have
Handar,
against
our
Picard?
helmsman. One of
That
the
his
best
show
in the business.
ruined Next Gen?
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
I know we're never getting
Likewise.
skirts or dresses again.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook.
We're not
Chief
allowed to have
Science
cute
Officer.
things.
I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
I know that voice.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that.
Oh, yeah, I know
So,
these uniforms are
you've
just fuck
been
all over.
something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
I don't know what to say. That's incredibly flattering, thank you.
I hope someday I can follow in your footsteps.
I'm sure you will.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here.
Oh yeah, no, absolute
I'll be on the
kiss ass.
starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Okay, so we fly off without him. Got it. Star Trek was not commies now. It's not that I don't like Picard. I do like Picard. I like Next Gen. It's okay. I don't like what the new Picard show has done. Everything I've heard about it has been nothing but like character assassination on like every character brought into it.
The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do.
That's a Centaur class ship? Well, I know it's not a D. I thought Centaur had a different... This looks like... NCC. Okay. Oh yeah, it's just a fucking normal Star Trek main ship. But they have different numbers, for those that don't know. Like, D class, I believe, is the first one. And I know, if somebody's watching that I know would know this. It's D class, I think, is the first. I can't fucking remember next gens for the life of me. Again, I also had the blueprints for the original, because it was something my mom had as a kid. I'm not too fond of all the brown nosing in this writing already. Yeah, no, it is a little off, isn't it? She also did say it was refitted, so it might be a different on the inside. Yeah, they could have changed the outside a bit more, yeah. I'm gonna look this up really quick. 'Cause I don't remember a centaur, but I'm gonna double check. Oh, it is. Okay, it is a disc ship. It is a disc ship. That's, which one is that from? NCC 42043, Centaur Ship, Federation. Okay. Alright, that is one. Alright. No, I'm wrong. That is one. That's what one looks like. I might have confused it with another ship. Who are you? Well, my mom was a big Star Trek. Well, she's still alive. She gave them to me. Like, I have a bunch of really, really old Star Trek stuff from when it first came out. She also went to the first Star Trek convention.
Turbolift could take me anywhere on the ship, but I'm right where I need to be.
Just order them to leave and leave the captain behind. You know he's fucking crazy. So they're fake blueprints. No, they're 100% real. I'm from the future.
Integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response
Season
to
3
the
of
danger
Picard had a
posed by
different
the
show
storm.
lead, and it was a love letter to Next Gen. So it took
We
3
just need your
seasons
vote.
for them to do something good? That's funny. So it's the same thing that happened with Enterprise, I bet. Is it the same thing where the producers stopped giving a shit and the writers actually got to write? Because that's what happened with, Enterprise, is the producers kept fucking with them, and then toward the last 2 seasons, I think it was, they let off and they started writing good. It must have been amazing. That's what I've heard. I don't know, I wasn't even born yet when that happened. There are stories from it. But that was the first, you can look it up, the first Star Trek convention was in New York.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field. Now.
Entering maintenance mode.
Well, we do have people on the outside, so that makes sense.
Blue.
Yeah, there's no reason to have it active currently. Oh, hey!
Storm is getting
Guess
worse.
who's gonna die first?
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Oh my god, so it is the exact same thing. Oh, they really need to stop putting idiots in charge of Star Trek stuff. I might see season 3 then, because I have heard good things. But yeah,
Every
no,
time
so
we're
it's
out
exactly
here,
like
I half expect
Enterprise,
to see her in
which is a
pieces
shame.
again.
She's still got some.
Like, that's the thing about, like, these shows like Star Trek and stuff. When you do have writers that love the series, it is always a shame when you have a director or producers who get involved and are like, no, I want you to write it this way. Because generally, they don't know what they're doing. Like, there's a very fun story of Voyager that you could literally tell when one of the producers was writing the scripts because Janeway was a Mary Sue that did everything right. And when the regular writers were allowed to write, you got interesting stories. Same thing with Enterprise. I can't remember if it was 3 seasons or 2 seasons. Like, it was the first season or 2 seasons there was like, the story one of the writers told is the producers were up their ass nonstop. Cloud entity invaded the ship yet. Hey, Forrest, I already made that joke. Also, you found your login. Well, like, the story of Enterprise, it's a great example of this. I think it was Brennan Braga that were in charge, and they kept fucking with the stories. And then they let off when the show was going to get canceled. Like, they had one more season and the show was going to get canceled. The entire last season is really good because the writers were allowed to write. They weren't stopped. Sometimes you have writers who, if you let them write because they know what they're doing, you have good stories. Other times, yeah, we should have them on a leash. Review of Picard Season 3. He goes over all the political of the show making. Thanks. I'll look that up. Because again, I've heard nothing but bad things about Season 1 and 2.
It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a...
Oh, by the way, don't think this is a modern thing, Tack. There is a great story. So, here's a bonus question for anyone that knows Star Trek. City on the Edge of Forever. Who knows that story? Who knows that episode from the original Star Trek? Let's see how many people actually know what I'm about to talk about. Because that's a great example of maybe we should just let writers be writers. Because that was written by one of my favorite writers, Harlan Ellison, who wrote I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream and others. So what happened was the whole point of the story was to have Kirk kind of question some of the Starfleet stuff. Roddenberry didn't like that. So he rewrote lots of the script and then put it out without Harlison's okay. Here's the fun fact. Any other version of that story that you see, be it comics, being written, anything else, is the Harlan Ellison version. Why? Because it's the more compelling story than what was in the show. And Harlan Ellison hated Roddenberry for changing especially that script. But he wouldn't let the script writer, and I understand, he had a specific view for Star Trek. But the writers wanted to show that even if you have like peaceful and all this other stuff that Federation is doing, you can still question it. You can. But any other version of that story that you see out there nowadays, it's the original version, and it's a lot more interesting. Oh, so Harlan Ellison knew how to write, so that helped. But this has been happening since way back in the day. So don't think that this is a modern thing of companies and producers and stuff getting involved and stopping, story writing. This is something that's always happened. Because you always have somebody who is like, I know this stuff better than the writers. Granted, Roddenberry created Star Trek, but it is a great example. Of how sometimes producers get involved and directors get involved and kind of ruin things. Harlan Ellison is a gift to sci-fi. Fuck yes he is. I am a huge fangirl of his. In fact, I remember when he died because I had to pause the stream to go cry.
Out of town.
It was kind of
This
painful.
isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes
This
it
is
feels
also a
like
really
we're just
good-sized
part
demo.
of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
I am more than that. And so are you. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because...
Wait. No, I mean they ask if they are fans of the OG, and if they say yes, they will not get the job. That's not true. My friend that works on Lower Decks is a huge fan of classic Star Trek. He didn't write. He drew the art for Star Trek versus Transformers, which is the original Star Trek stuff. No, that's not always true. I don't think that's true at all. Like I said, he wouldn't have gotten the job as the storyboard artist because he absolutely is a huge fan of all things Star Trek. This is, so this game is made by some former developers from Telltale. They went and basically started their own company, so it's this is the demo for it. It is a little bit janky looking, but again, it is a smaller team. It's about like a little over 20 people. But, yes, it is basically, you can think of it as like Telltale 2.0.
I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
Well, it's on sale right now
to
for
Commander
$12,
Chovak.
so we're doing the demo.
We are at the Sif emitter.
Got it proven wrong, but
You may proceed with the recalibration.
Well, yeah, Disney sucks a dick. Paramount, at least for Lower Decks, seems to have been looking for people who are fans of... And I don't know if this is all the series, but at least I know for Lower Decks, they specifically look for people who are fans of the original series and Star Trek in general. I don't know about the other stuff. I don't know about Picard or any of the others. I've never even seen Discovery. I had heard about it, and I didn't know it was out yet. I also need to see, what is it, Other Worlds, I think it's called? I haven't watched Star Trek stuff in years other than the original series, because I'm a nerd.
Beginning recalibration.
This is weird. Okay, this controls like ass, if anyone's wondering. Okay, yeah, now I get it. This one's a little bit janky.
Looks good. That wasn't so
Discovery
hard.
and Brave New Worlds, they're that bad. Oh, I already used to Star Trek being ass raped into the ground. That's why everybody complains about Star Wars and the Star Trek people go first time. We've had this forever.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
You're gonna be a dick, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about
So you're
anyone.
useful. You think highly of yourself,
You
don't
seem
you?
to think very highly of yourself.
With good reason.
I know that voice.
I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
Well, you'd be shit out of luck.
You'd leave
I don't
Captain
like him.
Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
There's not a choice of shut
That's
the
very
fuck up.
kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
Can I have the Vulcan
Listen,
as a science
can I be
officer?
blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but
Hologram Janeway,
the
please. She'd
shoes you're
smack the
stepping
shit out
into
of
are
this
almost
guy.
impossible to fill.
I
He
need
was loved
Janeway
by the
back
crew,
now.
and he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, and you just met me so it has nothing to do with me, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
Very well.
Yeah, because that always goes
Seeing
well
as
for
Captain
Starfleet.
Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's
Oh, if we got hologram
unusual,
Janeway, I'd be too happy.
unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its...
Look, all I'm gonna say is if all the fucking antagonists are dudes, we're just gonna start calling our chick Janeway. I mean, these are former people from Telltale, so we'll see. Again, this is just the demo. I still gotta pick up the game.
We can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
The scientific countermeasure is beating the shit out of you two. You learn to shut up. Fucking human. Oh, one of you is gonna die.
We've got a massive
Oh yeah,
energy
no,
wave
one of you is gonna
inbound.
die.
On screen.
Where's Q? Where's Q? Oh god, I hope Q shows up.
Tracing its
That would be
trajectory.
funny.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the ship.
Estimated time to impact, 2 minutes.
Red alert.
Aye.
Look, nobody trusts the holodeck anymore. We've learned that. Nobody go near the damn thing.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact, 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
Do it,
There's
do
a
it,
better
do
way.
it.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this.
Alright, chat. You guys get the choice. Do we trust the asshole? Or do we trust the... Again, this is just the demo, so we'll be playing it from the beginning when we get the full game to see if it's any different. Or do you trust the, science officer or the security officer? Wow. You got both chats. Holy shit, both chats are actually, I think both chats are actually... Okay, that's funny. Both chats are completely split. Nope, never mind. No, they are. They're getting split. We've got YouTube going for shields, and we've got the other one going for science. Guessing the woman is right? Yeah, but I want to see the ship blow up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it looks like he's a dick, but he's got a good idea. Alright, we'll try it. So people really... Unfortunately, by one vote, it seems like the science officer won.
We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Commander Westbrook, use
Bad
the deflector
decisions.
dish.
Already
Bad decisions all around, everybody.
Displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command. Now.
Did I get it right?
We got it! This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
Oh, right, they're outside! They're gonna die! Oh shit, we just killed 2 people! Bad decisions all around! Oh no, they lived. Shit. Oh, that's bad!
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Yeah, you're all getting cancer.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Oh, we made a really bad decision, chat.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
I was joking, we might actually go boom.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood?
So what we're gonna do is when we play the full game, when I pick it up after the stream, we're gonna pick the other decision just to see what would have happened. So we are gonna see both decisions for this, but I'm glad that I've never seen the chat so completely split on that. Oh, fuck it. Why does that never just bring me back to the
See the
gang?
override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Kim, do you want me to pick this up for you, by the way? As a Christmas present?
Affirmative.
Since I'm too lazy to
the
send out your
override.
Christmas presents?
It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
I do like that you actually get to kind of see the insides of the ship. That is like the
Failsafe
inside
override
stuff like
engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Okay. Technobabble! The shit you didn't have to worry about in the first series. Say it with me, guys. Technobabble, technobabble, technobabble. God, Next Gen made that happen. Being an asshole was meant to not have you side with him. Oh! I thought you were voting for him. Well, we're gonna see what the other choice does anyway next time. Technobabble.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
So those waiting for the unboxing, because I know you are, I'm going tomorrow to the P.O. box because it was closed for the holidays, because it's a mom and pop place. So they were closed. Oh, okay. Holster fire. Am I holstering it? No. Oh. It's so tiny.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
God, Battlestar Galactica ruined pylons for me. Technobabble is done when it's fun, and when it's Technobabble is good when you don't do it too much. You know what I mean? This should be a 2-player game. Let me rephrase that. It was meant to be a way to trick you into not using advice. Well, we're gonna see. Either way, I wanted to see what both choices are, and I'll be starting from the beginning when we do the game when I buy it. So I want to see what's different from the demo. Kinda wish you could have designed your character. That would have been fun. What is the name of this game? This is Star Trek Research. Wow, I forgot to put it on the screen. Oh, that's right. I'm dumb. 1 second. That's my bad. Star Trek Resurgence. There it is. So, for those that don't know, and 2 of my actual real-life friends are actually in the chat, are both Star Trek nerds like I am, so. Ah! Ow.
Are you alright? Yeah.
You can't aim for shit, girl. Neither can I.
Snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit.
Yeah, if you want me to pick it up as a Christmas present, I will.
60%.
Also, Forrest is our friend, Kim. Go bug him. He's in the chat room. I'm not saying these.
We're almost
Will you be
to
doing the
regulator.
PO boxing? Depends on when I can get to the PO box. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. If not, I will do it on Friday and then do the Rift afterwards. It's just been a hell of a. It's one of those the holidays kind of make things a bitch. Have you ever played Star Trek FPS game Assault Squadron? No. I want to play the one where Q is in it because I like Q. I think Q is fun. I'm actually going to be surprised if Q doesn't show up at some point.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
I hear nacelle and I think of the song by Voltaire that mentions it.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
Klingon Academy. Is there a game for that? Because I want to go to Klingon Academy. Okay, that's not bad.
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chobot can...
I have to check the sauce again soon. Sorry, guys. 2 o'clock, I gotta check it. Never mind! I hit that too late! Holy shit! Holy shit! I hit it! I just hit it too late! What was the game on Lower Deck with the Martok? I don't know. I still haven't seen Lower Deck. Have you been watching Lower Deck without me? Okay, let's not fail. If I didn't use the Force. Yeah, I was too busy reading chat.
DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp.
I love seeing how you can die in these games.
We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
Yeah, goddammit.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We
safest
have
way
people
to...
on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have
know
a
what you're
situation.
looking
Commander,
for.
what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
I don't give a shit.
Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
I'm gonna actually listen to
There
the
is
science officer.
protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand
I'm actually
by.
gonna listen
We're gonna
to him.
flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes,
Admirals are evil. I know there's no option to tell him to shut up. That is the nicest way of
This is
saying,
Acting Captain
shut up,
Jara
I know what
Ryder.
I'm doing.
Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
This
3,
is a little bit wonky to
2,
control.
1, mark!
Captain will remember this. I could give less of a fuck if the captain remembers this.
Ah!
Whee! Ooh, that probably hurt.
Grab my hand! I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching
Fuck.
critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
I'm hitting it. What do you want from me, game? You can help, woman. For God's sake, help me. Okay, yeah, no, that thing's going boom. We might have made poor decisions, chat. This is great. Oh, fucking hell, that thing is fighting me. Alright, I got this. There you go. Yeah, now she helps.
Look out!
Oh, concussion. Dead.
I got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger
It's
that.
okay. You can live with brain
Go in there
damage.
now.
That's why she should have helped sooner. I gotta go turn that food. Or I gotta go do that.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Oh, now you wake up. I'm actually trying to figure out if this is as big as the original ship. I don't know much about a Centaur.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
She's dead. She's also glitchy.
No time
Okay.
to fight me on this. Get in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Because she would have gotten herself killed, let's be real. Yeah, no, never mind. Now we got it. Yeah, she would have been dead. Why did it resize itself? Because that's it. Yeah, no, I like this. I'm going to pick this up at the end of the stream. I like that one. That was a good demo. That was a good demo. I like that. Again, we get to make Star Trek jokes, but I like getting to make them. I rarely get to. Yeah, I think I'll pick that up for the next